Hey, it's me, Katie, and this week I decided it would be fun if I did a little bit of an album review. I think my album reviews are going to be a little bit more casual, just talk about the things I loved, the things I didn't, and all the in-between. So this week, obviously, I chose to do Lover by Taylor Swift because, hello. And if you somehow don't know her, this is Taylor's 7th album, her 3rd official pop album. It was released August 23rd, 2019, with the lead single, Me, being released April 26th, 2019. Now you might be like, Katie, why are you reviewing an album that came out, its lead single came out over a year ago? Hasn't that already been done? Well, one, I didn't have this channel, or I didn't use it to do reviews, and then two, my sister and I, hey Julia, we always say that, like, especially for us, Taylor Swift albums need time to, like, marinate, if that's a good word, just decide if, like, we like it, we don't, if we're just, like, being too harsh head on because we expect so much from her. So now that it's been a while, I feel like I've got all my stuff together and I can give a good review of this album. So I definitely love Cruel Summer. I think that's the first good song on the album. No shade to I Forgot That You Existed, but we forget she exists sometimes. Cruel Summer is just like this cool, fun, like, I feel like it's really good storytelling that Taylor talks about herself having, and I feel like it really shows itself on that. I can't decide if the ooh, whoa, whoa rhyming with Cruel Summer is genius or lazy, so I will get back to you on that one. Lover is a song that is just like perfect. It feels like she's really talking from her heart. It wasn't about charts or anything. It was just Taylor Swift writing a song about her love life. And I do agree that Lover is a good name for the album because she had mentioned maybe calling it Daylight, which also kind of made sense because it was a natural step away from the darker tone themes of Reputation. But Lover just makes sense because it reminds me of Red in a lot of ways. They don't have necessarily her sonic cohesion, but they have this lyrical cohesion where all the songs kind of, revolve around Lover and the idea of that kind of like brighter love. So overall, I think Lover was a better name than Daylight. And The Man was a very important song. I feel like she did a good job coming across because it was really just her taking it back because she made a lot of good points. She had some points. The song and Taylor were both like, here. It was definitely like alarming when I first heard it. I was like, what is this? Our song Tim McGraw, Teardrops on My Guitar Are Quaking. Not that they're better, I mean young Taylor would be like, what? The bridge was definitely important. She had to say it, she had to do it to him. And The Archer was also a song that I agree that it was maybe missing the beat drop somewhere in the song, kind of releasing the tension, but then I feel like you could also argue that the song is about Taylor's anxiety and that tension stays in the song and is never resolved, maybe similar to how she's feeling, so you could definitely weigh that out. I think He Knows and Paper Rings kind of are just like upbeat songs that, you can't really hate. I think He Knows was definitely a grower for me because of the production. I was like, what, Jack Antonoff, what are you doing? What is this? This is not what I've come to love. And then after a few times, I'm like, he's the producer, not me. He definitely knows what he's talking about. So I'm sorry. So the second part of the album is kind of where I got a little bit off the rails with my favorites because Soon You'll Get Better is placed in a weird spot because it's placed next to this like bubbly shallow could be sung by any other artist kind of a song. Like I love it, but London Boy isn't really doing anything other than just kind of being a fun summery song. And then The Scandalous False God, and you just have this Soon You'll Get Better, this raw, real, emotional song. I don't know where I would have put it, but it's just, that seems like a weird spot because it's just like all these emotions at like right back to back. So that's just my opinion. And Afterglow, she's a little bit unmemorable. I don't know, out of 18 tracks, I'm not like put on Afterglow. I don't know if you're like that, comment below, but I'm not. If anyone else also agrees, I think that Lover would have been better if it was like 12 to 13 tracks instead of 18. I feel like it could have been a stronger story, kind of a stronger album if it was 12 to 13 and then the 5 to 6 other songs were like deluxe tracks, because there were 4 deluxe versions. I don't think any of them had like newer songs. It was just like piano voice memos, which we love, but like some of these songs definitely could have been put on the deluxe side of things. Now going into my little personal rankings, I kind of talked about some of the songs and what I liked about them and what I didn't like. So my bottom 5 is Afterglow, You Need to Calm Down, False God, It's Nice to Have a Friend, and, no surprise here, Me. I know Me was an obvious choice for this spot, but I really couldn't pick a different one because it's just the song that kind of sticks out like a sore thumb with, you know, how it was produced and what it was talking about and how it talked about it compared to the more like obviously mature songs on Lover. Now I love what she was going for because talking about self-love and self-acceptance in her documentary, after all of that hate that she was going through and all that hard stuff, it really was like, I don't have a problem with this song's topic. Like I said, it's more the delivery. The lyrics are kind of childish, and for a lead single, I don't know what she was targeting because it is a very young sounding song, and I feel like it doesn't show the album. You know, Brendan Urie, love him to pieces, think he's a great singer. Would I call him a songwriter? Not entirely. Like, on Pray to the Wicked, you can kind of see that it's not self-written. He usually has a lot of writers with him, so maybe he wasn't the best person to bring on as a co-writer. And also, I think just overall the sound of it, if it was like more pop rock like that album, then maybe they could have had more fun with it and then just kind of kept that self-love, self-acceptance, but maybe put a little bit of a twist on it or something like that. I don't know. Comment below if you like Me and maybe tell me why. I still will listen to it. It's just personally, like I said, a skip, so you know, sorry. Now the good stuff. Let me get to my top 5 on Lover. Soon You'll Get Better, Lover, Cornelia Street, Cruel Summer, and number 1, Death by a Thousand Cuts. You know it. It's the best song on Lover. It was really hard deciding between Cruel Summer and Death by a Thousand Cuts. So if Cruel Summer was your favorite, let me know because it was hard for me to decide, but ultimately Death by a Thousand Cuts. And I know it's like, ranking the songs is like, how could you do that? This is my favorite, blah. I was talking to my sister and she's like, where's Miss Americana? She needs to be in the top. I'm like, sorry, there's just, when Lover is good, so it's definitely hard to decide which one should be number 1. So for me, Death by a Thousand Cuts is my favorite just because of like the way it's told. When I first heard it, I thought it was just kind of an upbeat song on Lover, and then I went back and listened to it and I was like, this song's actually really sad, and the music actually goes really well because it's this guitar riff and this dramatic crescendoing piano in the back. All of that together is really great. Just Taylor telling the story about wondering if she'll ever recover from losing this person that was so special in her life. My favorite part of this song is obviously the bridge, because the My Time, My Wine, just like all of that overlaying and just like really bringing in the passion and the drama, it just really elevates the song, and I just love it so much. I also love how the song ends. It's just, I ask the traffic lights if it'll be alright, and they say, I don't know. It's not this like Romeo came and saved me moment. It just ends with her being as sad as she was when she started the song. Also, it's interesting that this song was inspired by the movie Be Great that's on Netflix, and then that movie was inspired by the song Clean from 1989. It's this full circle. But it was really cool that Taylor was still able to write this relatable breakup song while being in this healthy relationship. Overall, do I think it's a good album? Yeah, I think I'd give it a 7 out of 10 because like I said, when Lover's good, it's good. But unfortunately, the opposite is true too. In the future, I'd love it if Taylor did more like vulnerable songs, like really talked about her mental health like she did in Miss Americana, because songs that talk about anxiety like The Archer and the worry and fear of her mother and Soon You'll Get Better, I feel like those are just the tip of the iceberg for things she could talk about, looking more inward than on the relationship with a love interest. What do you guys think? Do you have a new favorite song from Lover now that some time has passed? Do you agree with my thoughts? Definitely like this video and comment below other albums you want to hear me review, and subscribe for more weekly videos. Have a good Tuesday, and I'll see you with a cover on Friday. Bye! If you somehow don't know that album, it is Taylor Swift's 7th album, but we should probably not have that. Now I kind of talked about, is it dark in here? I feel like it's not too dark. It's kind of cloudy, but... Okay, so now I'm just gonna kind of... do you have a new favorite album?
Unless I worship the ground you are.